Welcome back mga brainlets, mga KUGMO. So, magandang araw po sa kanilang lahat. And today's gonna be a brand new episode of Brainlets TV. And of course, today we'll talk about a very special topic, especially on the things that you need to do, especially on the day of the board examination. So, we will discuss or we will talk about the things that you need to prepare, especially in taking the examination on the day of the examination. So, what are the things you need to do before the exam, during the exam, and of course after the examination. So we will have that one in our vlog this day. And of course, before we will start our episode, I would like to shout out my avid fans, especially in this channel. I would like to shout out Mr. Janelle Raul, and at the same time Mr. Sean Michaels Makalagi for their continued patronage in viewing the videos that I posted in my channel also. So thank you so much for your continued support. And of course, we'll have to begin our topics or discussions, especially the tips on the day of the examination after this one. Let's have this short introduction first. See you in a while. Bye. Welcome back mga brainlets or mga KUGMO. So as what I mentioned in my previous vlog, KUGMO is for me defined as knowledge usage for greater memory operation. So it will be very important for us to use our brain always, especially when we are actually taking an examination. So as promised earlier, our topic today is about the tips on the day of the examination. So I will be sharing to you what are the tips that I did before, especially when I have my examinations in the board examinations and also in my other examinations. Okay, so I'll be letting you know what I did, especially on those times that I took the examinations. Okay, first, so it is actually expected na the day before the board examination, you will not be able to fall asleep or hindi na po kayo makakatulog niyan kasi nga anxious na po kayo sa posibleng mangyayari sa kinabukasan. So, ang pinaka-importante pong gawin natin ay we have to make sure na we have at least 4 hours of sleep. So, matulog po tayo ng kahit 4 na oras lang po, especially when we are about to have the examination the following day. Okay, so when you are about to sleep, as much as possible, don't ever take any sleeping pills because that might actually affect your memory function, especially on the day of the examinations. Mas maganda po na nakatulog kayo na natural po na way na pagkatulog nyo. And then of course, kinabukasan, pagkakagising nyo, it will be very important for us to make sure also that we have to offer a prayer. So, of course, the day is gonna be our greatest battle, especially in taking the examination. So, pinaka-importante po natin gawin is for us to offer a prayer to God that He will actually gonna shower upon us the gift of wisdom and knowledge, especially in the upcoming examinations. And at the same time, after offering your prayer, of course, you have to satisfy your activities of daily living, especially on taking a bath, preparing your uniform, and at the same time, you have to make sure that you have actually ingested a meal. So the first one is offer a prayer. The second one is for you to have a meal. Of course, that's gonna be not a full meal, but it will be very important for you to have something that you have ingested in the day because that will actually nourish your brain also, and that will actually help your neurons to function on the day of the examination. So the first one is offer a prayer. The second one is for you to eat a meal, and the third one is for you to go to the testing center as early as possible. It's because there are a lot of things that might actually happen to you along the way when you are gonna travel towards the testing center. The same as what happened during my time when I woke up, and of course it was actually raining. So there was this hesitancy for me to take the examination because the rain is actually quite heavy and it will actually make your uniform dirty. Remember, you will be wearing white uniform then. But of course, I hope that will not affect your preparation of the board examination. So even if it's actually raining, but of course that will actually gonna motivate you to go to the testing center for you to take the examination. Okay, so the first one is you have to offer a prayer. Next one is you have to eat a meal, and of course the third one is for you to be in the area as early as possible. So parang you will not actually be running out of time, especially when we travel towards the area of the examination. At the same time, the fourth one is you have to be inside the room of the testing center, and of course at the same time you have to feel ease, especially in of course trying to sit down on the chairs assigned to you in the examination. It's because that will make you confident enough, especially in the examinations that we'll have in the few hours from now. Okay, so it will be very important for you to make sure na you have to sit down in the chairs that you are assigned to sit down. At the same time, before going to the room that you are assigned to have the examination, it will be very important for you to bring things that are required in the examination. So the very first thing that you need to do is you have to bring with you your notice of admission, because that will actually signify that you are actually an examiner of the examination. And at the same time, you have to bring more than one pencil. So you have to bring number 2 pencil. It's because number 2 is gonna be having much content of the lead that will actually make the scanton machine identify your answers, especially on the shaded box. And at the same time, you have to bring with you your sharpener, because there are sometimes that there are those examinees who will have their pencils be sharpened in the middle of the examination. At the same time, you also have to bring with you your calculator. So because this calculator are actually required, especially for those examinations that requires computation, so that you will have lesser time computing using your own computations. You probably be using the calculator also. At the same time, it will also be very important for you to bring with you 6 inches ruler, because this 6 inches ruler will actually be very important in making sure that you will not be able to shade a wrong number. So that's most commonly the wrong activity done by some of the students or examinees, especially taking the examinations, because they will be able to shade a wrong number. And of course, that ruler will serve as your guide, especially in shading the right number of that examination. And at the same time, it will also be very important for you to have a good source of glucose when you enter the testing center. So it will be very important na meron kayong supply ng glucose. Any form of chocolate or any form of sugar you might actually bring, especially in the testing room. So that will actually help you, especially in nourishing your neurons. And of course, it will actually help you in recalling the things that you have studied in previous days also. And at the same time, you have to have good source of water. So dapat po meron tayong source of water, kasi nga of course in the middle of the examination you might actually be feeling thirsty. So therefore you need to satisfy your feelings of thirst also. And of course, when you are already ready in taking the examination, so it will be very important po na when you have received your answer sheets, you have to fill up the informations then. So it will be very important for you to make sure that you have to follow the instructions given by your room watchers or your proctors. So as much as possible, you have to follow the time, or you have to follow what the proctor is gonna tell. What's gonna be the statement of the proctor, because they know better than you. So in filling up your names, in filling up your birth dates, and at the same time other vital information, especially in your serial number. At the same time, when you have received your first test paper or first examination booklet, it will also be very important for you to make sure that you have to offer a prayer. So you have to offer a prayer that the examination is going to be fulfillment of your duty to become the angels of the sick room of our Almighty Creator. And at the same time, it will be very important for you to make sure na that prayer is going to follow standard prayer. So before you have to take the examination, I have to read you the prayer that I actually copied. This is not made by me, but this is just being copied. So this is gonna be the prayer before the examination. So I have to read this one for you. Prayer before an exam. Dear God, today I will take my examination, which is so important to me. Though I am nervous, I am not afraid, because I know that as I write my answers, it is your hands that worked. And now as I take this examination, please enlighten my mind to be able to answer correctly and to recall everything that I have studied. I will do my best in this exam, and to you, God, I will entrust my faith. I know that whatever will be the result, it is according to your will. You have watched me as I work hard to study for this examination, although I don't feel very confident and that I don't know that if I am prepared. I truly believe that you will give me what I deserve. I deserve to pass this exam, God. I am happy that today you are with me, for with you I will win this battle. And as I close my eyes and feel your presence in this examination room, you put confidence in my heart. Amen. So that's actually the prayer that I used when I took the board examination before, and of course I probably that will actually also help you in your succeeding examination. So after your examinations, it will be very important for you to make sure that you have set aside talking chit chat with your friends, especially in discussing items in the examinations, because there might actually be instances that their answers are actually different from your answers, and that may actually gonna lose your self-confidence and self-esteem. So it will be very important for you to not discuss anything, especially after the examination. So better for you to be alone and at the same time talk to God, especially in that examination. So it will be very important for us to make sure that you are prepared for the succeeding examination. So once again, those are the tips that you need to do, especially in taking the examination on the day of the examination. So the first thing is you have to sleep at least 4 hours. At the same time, the second one is you have to perform your activities of daily living, at the same time ingest some meal, and of course you have to be in the testing area as early as possible. And of course it will be very important for you to feel at ease in the room that you're assigned to. So sit down, and then of course when you have the booklet with you and when you have your answer sheets with you, make sure that you have to follow the instructions of your room watchers. At the same time, before opening the test booklet, it will be very important for you to offer a prayer, the prayer that I mentioned a while ago. At the same time, after the examination, please avoid talking to your classmates or talking to your friends or co-examinees, especially on the answers of the examinations. Okay, so I hope that you have gained something from the tips during the examination, and I hope also that I will be able to see you in your names in the list of boosters of passers in the examinations by first week of December of this year. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are going to subscribe to this channel, and please don't forget to hit the notification buttons for you to be updated on the succeeding uploads of this channel also. Okay, so thank you so much once again, and bye bye for now. Bye for now mga KUGMO. See you again next time. Bye bye.